So you see them there in the background. They're getting the footer dug all the way around the pole barn, and the 12 by 32 shop, and the 12 by 12 feed room. So they're digging that out right now. Gonna have a 12-inch by 16-inch footer, and then just a regular vapor barrier, 4-inch concrete with the wire. I'm not sure if we're using the fiber reinforced or not. There's a couple of different theories and ideas on whether fiber is better. But yeah, so we're killing two birds with one stone. We'll get that done, and also my parents' house slab, and make some progress here. So while they're up at the pole barn in the house putting in the forms for the concrete, I thought I'd come down here and check out the pond, check out the clarity of the water and the water level. With all of the rainwater catch that we're doing up on the buildings and sending it down here, this pond should stay fuller in the future. But we got that project done just after about 2 weeks of steady rain. So the pond level drops, one, I think due to, on that north end, it's a little sandier, so it's probably got some leaking out the bottom. And then two, just evaporation. In these 90 plus days in July, August, going into September, will quickly bring down the pond level, but it's got a decent amount in it right now. You can see that weed line up there is probably 4 feet higher than the current level. And that 4 feet would be the difference in probably the last month. It probably was up to that point and then it's dropped down. So it drops down a little bit each day. You can see the rings over there on the other side more, kind of how it drops each day or every cycle. At this point, the pond has more water continuously or reliably than it ever has before. So hopefully it's sealing itself and sending more water down here from the gutters is going to keep it full. Still not confident enough to start stocking it though. So I don't know if it will show up here in the video. Right here is where I dug out a pretty deep hole with the excavator to get some fill. And that hole was completely full of water, and that hole was at least 4 or 5 feet deep. But you can see the water pulling away from the bank. And if it gets out, say the width of this view, maybe another 10 feet, I'll get the excavator down here and I'll start pulling it from right to left up that bank and just pull some of this clay out the bottom here for fill dirt elsewhere on the property and just keep working that angle up the bank. I can probably get 4 or 5 dump truck loads of dirt by doing that. Because eventually I want to get this end of the pond properly sloped and get it to where the water runs over there through the rocks instead of over the side and washing these sediments in the pond. Well, while the guys are up there forming up the concrete, I figured I'd come out here and clean up around the front entrance. It's a little warm, but I got tired of sitting around doing nothing, so I'm gonna break out the 20-year-old steel weed trimmer and hit all this fence line here along the road and up there on them 2 culverts. Okay, so I'm not sure if I brought enough gas because this bahia grass is really making me have to stay on the throttle of the weed eater, but I'd say this is the 1/3 side. The other side is about 2/3 of the full length. I got that pretty clean, looks good. Need to hurry up and get some goats or something so I don't have to do all this mowing and trimming. I got that side to do next, or until I run out of gas. Glad that's done. Truck said 100 degrees when I drove out here, so I don't know what the heat index is, but it's hot. It's hot and it's muggy, but the fence line is done. Okay, so the concrete crew has left. When I was out there, we'd eaten the front fence line, and this is where they're at. They got the west side of the pole barn formed up for the footer, and they got the front formed up for the footer. Have a 10-foot roll-up door on this footer, and then just red tin wall. And they formed up the east side 12 by 16 footer, and then they've dug out for the pad for the 12 by 12 feed room and for the 12 by 32 workshop. So I'll slow down and pan around. This is what they got done today. It's about 4:30, 5 o'clock. I don't know when they left. I had my head down and working on that fence. But they certainly got a good start. All right. They've spun all the way around.